The National Labour Commission has summoned the Judicial Service Staff Association, JUSSAG, to appear before it over plans to embark on an industrial action. JUSSAG is demanding implementation of the Judicial Council's advice on salary review, as it indicates it will embark on the industrial action starting on May 15. The National Labour Commission is they are seeking to actually hold this and has asked parties to come to the negotiation table. And joining me via Zoom is Abdullahi Yakubu. He's the General Secretary of JUSSAG. I'm grateful for your time, Mr. Yakubu. Have you received this letter from the National Labour Commission, and does this put your intended protest on hold? Hello, Mr. Yakubu. Kindly,
hello.
Good. Go ahead. So I'm asking if you've received the letter from the National Labour Commission and whether that puts your intended protest on hold.
Okay, thank you very much, and thanks to staff of the Judicial Service for their support and their hard work. Yes, we received the letter from the National Labour Commission yesterday.
Okay, and will that in any way put your protests on hold?
We are yet to appear before the commission tomorrow. Even though they would have stated it in their letter, the outcome of tomorrow's meeting will determine what will be the fate of our planned industrial action. But as far as we are concerned, our plans are still as they are.
Let's understand your demands and also the kind of engagement you've had with the National Labour Commission, which has informed your intended strike or your decision to actually go on strike. What has been the demand?
Our demand is a very simple and moderate one. Our demand is that the President of Ghana should comply with Article 149 of the Constitution and assent or approve the recommendation of the Judicial Council on the review of our salaries and related allowances for implementation in the month of May with all the arrears. That is a simple demand we have placed before the President. That advice of the Council is before the President, awaiting his assent to it.
Hello, Yakubu. Kindly unmute for me. I think you touched your button and it's muted. Mr. Yakubu. Okay, go ahead. I think you're back now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we lost you a bit because probably you touched your audio button and it went off.
Okay, so our demand is that the President should approve the recommendations of the Judicial Council in respect of our salaries and related allowances to be implemented in the month of May 2023 with all the arrears from January to May. That is a simple demand we are making before the President. We don't even think the Commission would have gotten to this point because it appears this problem has been recurring over time. If you check the trajectory of events over the years, anytime we are to have review of salaries for staff of the Judicial Service, it appears we'll have to threaten an industrial action before somebody will come in to use certain cosmetic ways to delay us before the salaries come. And as the third arm of government, we don't think staff should be subjected to what we are being subjected to, especially at a time that government will review the COLA in December 2023 and reviews the salaries of other public sector workers by 30% and, sorry, in 2020. Okay, in December 2022, Judicial Service staff. That is the thing that we appear to be having.
Mr. Yakubu, so what kind of engagement have you had with the National Labour Commission, I mean, previously, before taking the decision to go on strike?
Okay, the National Labour Commission doesn't determine our salaries, and we ought not to have any business with them in the first place. Our engagement will be between the Judicial Council and the government.
Okay.
Per the Constitution, the President determines our salaries based on the advice of the Judicial Council. We have engaged the Judicial Council. They have forwarded their report or their advice to the President for the President to assent to it for implementation. Whilst it was delaying, we wrote to the CJ who chairs the Judicial Council to intervene on our behalf, and he was intervening. There appeared to be a little bit of delay, and we wrote to the president himself, asking that he should assent to the salaries for implementation in the month of May, and we gave him up to 12 of this month. After 12 of this month, if we don't get it, we're going to advise ourselves. And as law-abiding organization, we have to notify the Labor Commission in accordance with the law that if after 12 of this month our demands are not met, we shall embark on a series of industrial actions to press home our demand.
And so when are you to meet over this letter from the National Labor Commission, and then what will be the decision after this meeting?
We shall be meeting the National Labor Commission, God willing, tomorrow at 11 a.m.
And then you will take a decision after the meeting?
Yes, please. We'll take a decision after the meeting.
All right. Abdullahi Yakubu is the General Secretary of JUSSAG, and thank you so much for talking to us. We'll be monitoring that meeting and sure, bring you updates from there.